Sometimes, exploring means following a friend's intuition. I'm author and researcher Mike Luoma. Back in April, Stoneside investigator Amanda Riani suggested checking out a spot in Berlin, Massachusetts, where, just a little off the beaten path, we found a perched boulder and a possible Serpent Effigy Row. The boulder appears perched on 3 supports, 2 stones, and the bedrock outcrop. Many will call this a glacial erratic and leave it at that. That is likely how it got here, and could even explain the perch. Boulders settle like this as the ice and smaller debris gets eroded and washed out from underneath it. But we now know indigenous peoples lived in what is now northeastern North America for over 12,000 years before European settlers got here. This was no pristine wilderness, but a populated and agriculturally managed landscape. And we also know now indigenous folks in the Northeast worked with stone, constructing ceremonial stone landscapes. I think that opens up the possibility this boulder was perched intentionally, especially when we consider its surroundings. The stones coming off the ledge in front of the perched boulder seem to resemble some sort of aquatic creature. This looks like a head, a turtle, or maybe a serpent? This back here looks like front flippers. Back up on the rise, oddly shaped stones surround the perched boulder. Further back, in line with the small ledge, we see possible rear side flippers and tail fins. These would be the possible rear side flippers. And these stones make up the left side of the possible tail fin. Looking back, we see the possible fins and flippers alongside the low rise. The low rise is bordered by a vernal wetland. The possible Serpent Effigy Row rises from upstream in the wetland. These side stones stick out of the stone row, maybe as fins or wings of the great serpent. The stone in the ground could be a spreading wing. We see some iconographic forms in the stone row, which means it could be a possible serpent row. At the break, a very serpent head-like boulder ends one side of the stone row. Both the Perched Boulder and the possible Serpent Effigy Row were a surprise to find. My thanks again to Amanda Riani for suggesting the site. I'm Mike Luoma. Thank you for joining me in experiencing these stone features in Berlin, Massachusetts.